Hey guys, it is Armedfro here again. Got another UU match. Just right now, kind of testing the OU waters. Without Tornadoes, it's just the whole metagame's completely changed. But here's a UU match. Looking at his team, it's really defensive. The defensive core of actually almost all normal types. The Milk Tank and the Chansey. I'm gonna lead off with my Claydol just to set up my rocks as he goes into his Star Raptor. He goes the U-turn, obviously, because it's super effective damage. Does a huge chunk to me, and it switches out into my low tick just to get the surf or the scald off. As I set up my rocks, I really do not want to stay in here. If he does have the scald, I'm really going to be sad, but I'm going to go into Snorlax because I am a special defensive wall, and I should be able to take it. Anything that this guy does, as long as he doesn't have Scald, he goes for the Surf. I'm thinking, oh lord, this is going to be amazing. I'm going to do a Curse on the switch, as he either Toxics me, or switches out. He switches into his Milk Tank, as I get the Curse up, and I'm thinking, okay, I should probably get two curses on this Milk Tank, because I'm not really threatened by it, to be completely honest. Since it is offensive, I mean, it attacks on the physical side. If I long as get two curses up, it shouldn't do too much damage to me. Then I see the attract. I'm like, oh lord, this is gonna be terrible. So I'm like, you know what? Okay, that's fine. As long as I get two curses up, he can't do too much to me. As here, I'm just gonna go for. He goes for the T wave. I'm like, oh lord. It's Paralove, where it's attract and parafuse. Like instead of confusion, it's attract. So I do get the second curse up, and it's kind of stally because he's just using workup, which increases his attack and special attack by one stage. As I'm just trying to get one hit off on this guy. As you see, I'm being parahaxed and immobilized by Love. This is his +2. I think, or +1, whatever, as I'm immobilized by Love. He goes for workup. There's the +2. I sped this one up a little faster just because this is kind of stally, and there's actually two parts in this game where it gets really stally. I do get the bear hacks on the body slam, which is really good. Some hacks in my favor. He gets the random +3. I don't know why he did +3. Because I have +2 defense. He wants to get some advantage over me. As I'm going to go for another body slam as he goes for return. Does about 60%. I'm thinking, oh lord, this is going to be terrible. Body slam. I really hope I get the parahex, and then I need to go through parafusion and attract. And paralyze and attract. And that's exactly what happens. I get the body slam off, and it takes him out, which is awesome. But now, I'm really wondering what he's going to do. He sends out his Heracross. I'm thinking, +2 defense as he goes for the Swords Dance. Oh, lord. If he got a sub up there, another Swords Dance, if he was a little faster, I'd be more afraid. But I have two Scarfers on this team randomly as he goes for the close combat, and that's going to easily take me out from where I'm at because it is pretty much neutral. His +2 attack and my +2 defense pretty much counter each other out. As I didn't get the parallax on that one. It would have been really, really good if I did. But I'm going to go into my Porygon Z, get the tri-attack off just to finish this guy off. As that's just an easy kill for me. So now he's going to go into a Staraptor, takes Stealth Rock damage, and I'm thinking, you know what, Arcanine seems to be the best here, especially because he has Intimidate. If he does have the, what's it called, the Reckless, I would be a little more afraid, but close combat's not going to do jack to my defensive Arcanine, as I'm going to go for the Toxic here, I know he's going to switch because he can't really do anything. He's probably Scarfed. So he's actually going to switch into his Milotic as I get the Toxic on this guy. Makes it a lot easier to deal with, especially because it increases his defense. Marvel Skill increases his defense if he's Toxic or burned. Which I don't really care at this point because most of my guys are actually special attackers. Which is why during this battle I have a lot of problem with the Blissey. With the Evilite Chansey, as I'm gonna go to my turret 21 just as death fodder, just to see what he does. He goes for the surf. I've really no point to have my Claydol here, as I wanted just death fodder to see what he does. as I switch into my Sabrina, which is the my Lilligant, as I'm gonna go for the Quiver Dance. Even if he does have the Ice Beam with the Quiver Dance special defense boost, I should be able to take him out pretty easily with the Giga Drain. As I go for the Quiver Dance, I get the +1. As the Stealth Rock does do a pretty good chunk to him. I do have Hidden Power Rock, so I'm not really afraid of this guy, unless he does have T-Wave. But I do get the Sleep Powder off very nicely, as here I'm just going to go for the Quiver Dance again, just to hopefully get another one up on this guy, so he can't do too much to me. Even with the Parahax, it shouldn't be able to do that much to me as long as I have at least +2 or +3 Quiver Dances up. So here, I'm going to go for the Hidden Power Rock, just because it is super effective, +2 special attack, max special attack, so it should be able to take him out where he's at, but he's a special defensive Togekiss. He's actually sleeped for the 3rd turn, which is really good for me, as I'm just going to be able to finish him off with the Hidden Power Rock. And there goes a dead Togekiss, which is really good special defensive guy that I took out really nicely. And now for the bitch of the match. This guy just, if I got that first sleep powder off, it would have been so much easier. But because of that, I missed a second sleep powder as he goes for the defense curl, which I'm like, oh my lord, please no. I'm gonna go for the 3rd Quiver Dance just to try to get some damage on this Chansey as he goes for the Soft Boil, just to get the Stealth Rock damage off him, as the Toxic is slowly going up and up. I probably should have sped this up even faster. This is 500 times speed as he goes for the Defensive Curl again, and this is, you know what, I'm going to speed this up. There we go, a little better, 965 speed, just to make this a lot faster. This whole thing about Chansey is just literally 13 minutes long. Just me trying to get some damage. If I get one crit on this guy, it means destruction for this guy. Cause now he's just like soft boiling and soft boiling. I can't even get a sleep powder off on this guy, because if it does, I'm pretty much screwed. I'll lose my guy, and that'll be dead, and my +4 Lilligant will be dead in the water. But now I know this is pretty much game over for this Lilligant, as I'm trying to just get some damage. I get that crit, but it doesn't matter because Soft Boil is going to bring him up to almost 100%, as just I try to get a little bit more, but sadly Soft Boil is going to bring about 100% health, like it never happened. But that is a lot of PP that he actually used on my Lilligant. So now I can bring in my Arcanine, get the Toxic off on this guy, and he doesn't want to stay in, so he switches out into his Staraptor, which is really good because I can just get a Flamethrower off on this guy. Maybe kill him, because Staraptor doesn't really have the best special defense. It looks like it's going to be maybe one more, as right here I do not want my Arcanine to take a Brave Bird. Actually, no, I'm going to take the Brave Bird, go for the Morning Sun. I live with 19 HP, which is really close call, as I'm going to go for the Morning Sun. Leftovers should counter the Toxic a little bit, as the only thing I'm really scared of right now is that my Lotic and, of course, the Chansey. So, because the only really offensive physical guy I have is my Flygon, and he doesn't really have any fighting moves. So here he's going to switch into my Lotic as I go into my Sandy, just to see what he does. Maybe go for a Toxic predicting switch, but he goes straight for the Surf. I'm thinking, you know what, I really do not want to stay in here, so I'm just going to go for that U-turn. It's not going to do too much because of the Marvel Scale, and my Lotic's just bulky defense, as I'm actually going to switch into my Porygon Z just to take the Surf. I know I can take at least one Surf, just my Lotic doesn't have that amazing special attack, and just go for the Thunderbolt. I was really wondering if he was actually going to switch into his Chansey here, but I go for the T-Bolt, and it just takes him out. I'm Scarfed. I don't know why he didn't switch into his Chansey there. It probably would have saved him the match, but all he has left is the Chansey. And I'm going to predict his Toxic, as I'm going to go in my Sandy. But he actually goes for the Softball just to take the, what is it called? The Stealth Rock damage, as I'm going to go straight for the Outrage, my strongest move. as it does 30%, and I'm thinking, oh my lord, really? Without a defense curl, it has just so much bulk. I know it probably, if it was a fighting move, it'd be a lot better. But he's gonna get the 2-turn outrage. And he's gonna go softball. It was actually a lot better for me because I'm not actually taking toxic damage more, as I am forced to switch out of here. I'm gonna go into my Arcanine. My whole plan is to just get the Arcanine out. I am toxic, so I'm actually gonna toxic him. As he goes for the defense curl, not really going to do that much to me. And I'm thinking, like, what is his last move? If his last move is Heal Bell, I will have to PP stall him. That means a lot of switching. But as long as I get this Toxic off on this guy, and he doesn't have Heal Bell, I should be good because I have 3 guys, and I can just switch in and out. The Toxic won't go over and over again. If only I had a guy with Taunt, he would be dead, because it actually turns out that his only slightly offensive move is actually counter, as his other moves are defense curl, soft boil, and toxic. So really dangerous set if he had Heal Bell, except for if a guy just used Taunt, he would be screwed. But I'm going to go into my Porygon Z, predicting either a soft boil or a defense curl. As he goes for the counter there, I don't know why, maybe to use the PP because he doesn't want to waste PP. And I'm going to predict his Toxic and switch into my Sandy just to rack the Toxic damage up on him. As right now, I'm actually going to go for the U-turn instead of going for the Outrage, which is the better move because the defense curl is not going to do jack to this Chansey. As now, I'm going to switch back into Porygon Z, even if he does use Toxic, it's not going to do that much, and I should be able to take him out from here because Toxic is just doing about 30% of his health now without leftovers. It's just doing so much to him. So I'm going to go for the Tri-Attack Adaptability. It should do a pretty good chunk. It does about maybe 15-20% as he goes for the Soft Boil. Not going to be enough overall because he doesn't have leftovers recovery, and he probably should have ran here, but he actually decided to stay in. I'm going to go for the Tri-Attack, as he actually goes for the Toxic here, which is extremely stupid. Doesn't matter, but that was a good match anyways. Good game, Back to the Future. Thanks for watching, guys. Rate, comment, subscribe, and as always, stay classy, guys.